Hello students, today we'll start the new lesson coal and petroleum. So you already know briefly about the coal and petroleum, right? Yes or no? So in this lesson we'll study in detail what is coal and what is petroleum, how these two formed, okay? So what are the uses and how to we use properly so that our future generations also benefit or get the coal and petroleum, okay? So each and everything we'll discuss here, okay? So what is resource, okay? So the things which are useful to us called resource, right? Resources, for example, sun, air, water, forest, these are resources, right? Directly or indirectly we are using these resources, right? So these are the part of our nature, right? Yes or no? Sun, air, water, forest, these are part of our nature. So these are all called natural resources. And like medicines, vehicles are also useful to us. These are also resources, but these are made by human beings, right? Yes or no? Okay. So resources are two types, okay? Natural and artificial, okay? Let us study in this lesson natural resources, okay? So natural resources are of two types, okay? So first, natural natural resources, okay? Natural resources are of two types, okay? What are those? um Inexhaustible and exhaustible, okay? So inexhaustible, name itself says that it is whatever or how much we use those resources, those are not be finished, means these are available in unlimited, okay? So we use in large amount also, those will not exhaustible, okay? So what are the example for inexhaustible natural resources, okay? Inexhaustible natural resources. So these resources are present in a unlimited quantity in nature, okay? So those are available so much, okay? So if we use daily for different purposes also, they will not decrease, okay? So these resources are, so I'm writing few points regarding these inexhaustible natural resources. So these resources are present in unlimited unlimited quantity in a nature, okay? So examples for these are examples are wind, right? Yes or no? And solar energy and water, okay? Even once upon a time forests were said to be unlimited or inexhaustible natural resources, but nowadays we should not categorize those forests in inexhaustible natural resources. But why? Because day by day, on the name of development, we are cutting the forest and we are building houses and even some kind of factories, okay? So because of that, forest day by day, forest area in the land part, it is decreasing day by day. So these forest take so many years to grow, right? Yes or no? So in suppose today we afforested one forest, means we have to grow the same kind of forest in a limited period, okay, in the short period, but that's not happening, means those forests nowadays said to be exhaustible natural resources, okay? So um, not be exhausted by human activities, okay? So how much we used these natural resources will not exhausted, okay? So not be exhausted by human activities. Human activities. human activities. Okay, and you can observe windmills and solar panels while you are traveling at some villages, right? Yes or no? So these are uh, capturing natural resources to generate electricity. So in olden days, before developing the technology of solar panels and windmills, this people used to generate electricity by burning coal, right? Yes or no? And fossil fuels. Okay, so nowadays they are replacing most of the mm coal generated electricity is replaced by the electricity generated by solar panels and windmills. Okay, so while going, you can see the windmills and even solar panels. Large amount of solar panels are installed to collect the solar energy, and so that those panels convert the solar energy into electrical energy. Even windmills also, wind power, it is a sustainable and renewable energy. Yes or no? And has much smaller impact on the environment even. Okay, so if you take a wind or even a solar energy, that will not affect the environment. But if you burn the coal, you generate that byproducts by burning those coal. Okay, even the air pollution also will get air pollution also by burning the coal. So by burning coal, we have the impact on the environment, right? Yes or no? But if you generate the electricity more and more by using the windmills and solar panels, even we can use a tidal power also at the she shores. Okay, so solar power is the conversion of energy from sunlight into electricity, right? Yes or no? Okay, so this is the inexhaustible natural resources. How much we use wind power or even solar energy and water, they will not exhausted by human activities. Okay, so even wind power and solar power we are using. Okay, so wind power is a wind. So, wind power is a sustainable and renewable energy and has much smaller impact on the environment compared to the burning fossil fuels. Okay, and solar power, it is a conversion of energy from the sunlight into electricity. So next, exhaustible natural resources. Okay, so amount of these resources in the nature is limited. Okay, so these are available in a limited amount. Okay, so exhausted by the human activities. Okay, so exhaustible natural resources, so amount of these resources in nature is limited. Okay, see, amount of these resources in nature is limited and exhausted by the human activities. Example, forest, wildlife, minerals, coal, petroleum and natural gas. Okay, so examples of exhaustible natural resources are forest and wildlife and minerals. Anything which is extracted by the mines is called minerals. Okay, so and coal, petroleum and natural gas. Okay, natural gas, so these are exhaustible natural resources. Okay, so we already studied about LPG and CNG, right? Yes or no? So these are limited in nature for nature, right? So LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, see, for these certain rules are there. Okay, so for each and every family get only one connection, means one cylinder they have to use for 1 month. Okay, completely they should not waste like that. Okay, because these are limited in nature, right? Okay, so if they are exhausted once, we it will take lots of years, even millions of years, to regenerate these exhaustible natural resources. Okay, in vehicles also one kind of gas used, right? Yes or no? We already studied that about CNG, compressed natural gas. Okay, so these limits and these rules will indicate us that these are limited in nature, right? Yes or no? So this is the difference between exhaustible and inexhaustible natural resources. Okay, so if we use properly, okay, so then only they are some resources remains for the our future generations. Okay, if you waste more and more natural resources, those are exhausted in a few or short period, but they will take lot of years, even millions of years to generate. Okay, yes or no? So let us discuss about the coal and petroleum in detail. Before that, let us study the fuel. Okay, so what is fuel? See, to live as we need a food, right? Yes or no? Food and water, even wind, that is oxygen also we need. Okay, so what is food for us? These are the food for us, right? Yes or no? So these are available, or we are taking daily intaking these things, then only we live, right? So what about the cars and vehicles around us? So they need also a certain livelihood to survive, right? To run, right? Yes or no? So what is the food for vehicles? That is fuel, right? So fuel is a substance which when burnt gives a heat. Yes or no? Okay, so fuel is a substance which when burnt gives a heat, right? So suppose petroleum. So if we fill the petrol in our bike or car, that will run, right? It will move from one place to other place. What happens here? We are filling the those tank or our bike, but where is the burning process will takes place in the engine. Okay, so these petroleum or the diesel will burn in the fuel tank in by the engine, and it will gives the heat that due to that the vehicles will travel, right? So what are the fuels? What are said to be fuels? Wood, coal, and petroleum or the fuels. So what are the fossil fuels? Petroleum, fossil fuels, these are the fuels which are formed from the dead remains of the living organisms over a long period of time or called fossil fuels. Okay, so what are the fuels? Example: coal, petroleum, and wood. Okay, coal, petroleum. So what are the fossil fuels? Okay, so this is the definition of fuel. Fuel is a substance which when burned gives a heat. Okay, so what are fossil fuels? So fossil fuels, what are fossil fuels? These are the fuels which are formed from the dead remains of a living organisms over a long period of time. Okay, so these are formed by the dead organisms. So that's why these are called fossil fuels. Okay, so what are fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are of three types. Those are coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Okay, so these two are said to be fossil fuels. Okay, so fossil fuels are three types. Okay, fossil fuels or three types. Okay, what are those three? First one is coal, and second petroleum, and third one is natural gas. Okay, so we'll detailedly study about these three fossil fuels in detail. Okay, so what is coal? Okay, coal, it looks like a black in color, and it is a hard material, and it is a mineral. Okay, mineral is nothing but, just now I said, anything which is extracted from the mines or called minerals. Okay, so it is combustible, right? If we burn these, and we can produce a heat. Okay, it is combustible and made up of carbon. Okay, coal is made up of carbon. And where the coal is used, it is used in railway engines to produce the steam. Okay, in olden those days, the rails or the trains used to um, run by the coal only. Okay, so and in thermal power plants also use these coal to produce the electricity. Okay, in power plants, coal is used to produce electricity, and coal is used as a fuel in various industries also. Okay, so slowly let us discuss this about the coal. Okay, first of all, I'm writing or I'm mentioning about the appearance. Okay, cool. So it is a black. Okay, so black color. Okay, and it is hard. Okay, you can see like a rock. Okay, rocks. It is black and hard, it is also called as a mineral. Okay, mineral is nothing but anything which is extracted from the mines is called a mineral. Okay, and it is combustible. Okay, it is combustible means we can produce the heat by burning it. Okay, so it is combustible, and it is made up of so it is combustible and it is made up of carbon. It looks like a black in color and it is hard. Okay, and it is a mineral. Okay, so where these uses. Okay, right, let us take another paper. Okay, what are the uses? Okay, so used in railway engines. Okay, it is used in railway engines to produce steam. Okay, in olden days almost all the trains are run on the coal itself. Okay, and in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Okay, and as a fuel in various industries. Okay, as a fuel in various industries. Okay, industries. So these are the uses of the coal. Okay, so how the formation of coal, how this coal will form. Okay, formation of coal. Okay, so how the coal is formed. Okay, see, 300 million years ago earth had dense forest, right? Yes or no? So nowadays we are cutting the forest and we are building so many villages and so many cities. Okay, so um, we are cutting the trees and we are destroying the forest. Okay, but before the this development era started, the earth is covered with the dense forest. Okay, so earth is covered with the dense forest. Okay, and due to the natural processes like flooding, earthquakes, volcano eruption, these forests got buried under the soil. Okay, as more and more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. Okay, and the temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper. Okay, so you already know, at the center of the earth, or if you reaching the layers. Okay, you know, earth is made up or made with the three layers, right? So if you reach the second layer, from the second layer onwards you can see the temperature is very high. Okay, and as well as the pressure also very high. And also we already studied that earth is made up of plates, right? Yes or no? Okay, plates. So as more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. Okay, and the temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper. Under high pressure and high temperature, dead plants and animals got slowly converted into coal. Okay, so the coal was formed by the decomposition of large land plants and trees buried under the earth about 300 million years ago. So what he's trying to say, how the coal is formed. See, you can see the earthquakes. Okay, you can see the big cracks um, on the earth, right? So if the crack is formed in a forest, let us consider. So what happens, the trees around this crack and the animals will fall in the crack, right? Yes or no? So those reaches the deeper and deeper on the earth. Okay, so what happens, due to the high pressure and high temperature on the layers of the earth, so these buried plants and animals got converted into coal. So these process will not take a short period, it will take even millions of years to convert it into coal. Okay, so as coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Okay, so I'm giving a short note on this formation of coal because you may get a question in the examination. Okay, so try to read these and try to learn. Okay, so this exam point of view, the formation of coal is very important. Okay, I'm writing few lines about the formation of coal. Okay, So this is the story of a formation of a coal. Okay, 300 million years ago earth had a dense forest. Okay, due to the natural process like flooding, earthquakes, volcano eruption, these forests got buried under the soil. Okay, so as more soil deposited over them, they were compressed. The temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper. Under high pressure and high temperature, dead plants and animals got slowly converted to coal. So, coal was formed by the decomposition of a large land plants and trees buried under the earth about 300 million years ago. So, as coal contains more carbon, okay, mainly carbon, okay, coal contains mainly carbon, okay, as coal contains as coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of a dead vegetation means you can consider the dead animals and the dead plants. Okay, dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Is called carbonization. Okay. Even you may get the question for 1 mark, what is carbonization. Okay, since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, coal is also called as a fossil fuel. Okay, so see, uh, while extracting the coal, not only coal will exist for us, so the other byproducts also will exist along the process of extraction of coal. Okay, so let us discuss about the products which are obtained along the coal. Okay, so first product is coke is obtained along the coal. So what is coke? Coke is a pure form of carbon. Okay, so see, so what is coke? Coke is a pure form of a coal. Okay, it is used for extraction of metals. Okay, in 10th class you will learn about the coke, how it is useful while extracting the minerals. Okay, so tough and porous. Okay, it is also very tough and porous and black substance. Okay, used in manufacturing of steel. Mainly it is used in manufacturing of steel. Okay, so what is this? This is a pure form of coal. Okay, it is pure form of coal, and it is used for extraction of metals. Okay, so while extracting most of the metals, coke is used, and it is very tough. Okay, so very tough and porous and black substance. Okay, it is looks like a black. Okay, so it is a black substance and used in manufacture of. Okay, used for or used in manufacturing of steel. Okay, the byproducts, first one of the byproduct is coke. It is a pure form of coal, and it is used for extraction of metals, and it is a tough, porous and black substance. It is used in manufacturing of steel. Okay, and next one is coal tar. Okay, next one is coal tar. So this coal tar also appears to be black thick liquid. Okay, so it is in the form of a thick liquid. Okay, so it is used by laying the roads. Okay, you can see black color thick liquid is poured on the road, right? You can see uh, in, while laying the road. So the unpleasant smell, its smell is unpleasant and used in synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives and perfumes, plastics, paints and naphthalene balls also. Okay, so this coal tar is used in the making processes of, see, it is also used in synthetic dyes. Okay, synthetic dyes and drugs and explosives, perfumes. Okay, perfumes and plastic making process, even in paints. Okay, and the naphthalene balls, while making the naphthalene balls also these coal tar is used. Okay, and the next one is coal gas. Okay, next third byproduct is coal gas. Coal gas. Okay, so coal gas is obtained during the process of coal get coal get coke. Okay, so in this process you can see the gas is coming from the coal extraction, that is coal gas. Okay, so and it is used in the mainly in many industries situated near the coal processing plants. Okay, it is used mainly in the coal processing plants. Okay, so coal is extracted in the process of getting coke from the coal. Okay, and used as a fuel in many industries. Okay, coal tar is used as a fuel in many industries situated near the coal processing plants. Okay, so coal gas is obtained during the processing of coal to get a coke. Okay, and next it is used as a fuel. Okay, used as a fuel. See, it is used as a fuel in many industries situated near the coal processing plants. Okay, so this is about coal completely, and in this lesson you will all we discussed, or you know about, after watching this video you get an idea about inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resources, and examples for inexhaustible and exhaustible natural resources, and what is fuel and formation of coal, and what are the byproducts or products obtained while the extraction of coal. Okay, so this is the end of your lesson. Okay, next class we'll study about the petroleum completely. Okay, thank you.